Number one recommendation of the transition committees was to eliminate the structural deficit and balance the long-term budget.
How the mayor would address the city's budget deficit was a huge topic of debate when Mayor Lisa Brown was running for office. She's been in office for over 100 days now, and today, during her first State of the City address, the budget deficit was still a topic of priority.
Mayor Brown also addressed how her administration hopes to tackle community safety, lack of affordable housing, and the city's drug crisis. Marissa Rio shares how Mayor Brown hopes to move the city forward.
Addressing the budget deficit comes after the announcement that the city could potentially face a $50 million budget shortfall at the end of the year, a debt Mayor Brown inherited when she took office.
We are making unilateral reductions in the budget.
Among those reductions, Brown says the city has canceled this summer's fire academy, and her administration is planning to suggest other cuts as well.
But I don't believe we can do this responsibly all on the cut side, especially as calls for service are up.
That's why Mayor Brown says she's proposed her $192 million public safety levy to meet the critical needs of both fire and police. Another challenge Mayor Lisa Brown touched on was how her administration plans on addressing the city's homeless crisis, and her approach is focused right here in the Division Street corridor. Brown says it's often that homeless people get into this cycle of going to a place like the emergency room and winding up right back on the streets. She plans to move away from this approach and take on a model that includes outreach with the houseless community, and the Division Street corridor would be a priority zone for campment resolution.
That way, with this designation, it frees up additional funds that we can use. And the model that we are using is a contractor interviews people in the corridor and begins to navigate them to services.
Mayor Brown says the city also received $1 million in opioid settlement dollars, half of which will go towards Spokane Fire's CARES team.
This is a team that follows up after an emergency response of a person with a substance use disorder to navigate them into appropriate services so they're not back calling 911 again.
To save money, Brown also hopes to move away from large congregate shelters like the Trent Shelter. Reporting in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.